What kind of earlier conversations did you and DJ Pooh have prior to signing the Cube as far as the direction you two wanted to go?
Well, me and Pooh been early childhood friends, so we had already been talking about what the possibilities were and what could happen. I was into writing battle raps. I was a battle rapper, so all my raps were, my verses were, 36 bars and shit, a verse and shit. So he was like, bro, you got to cut some of this stuff down. Even Cube was saying, he was like, look, man, your one verse is like a song. Look, I don't know what you're thinking. What are you doing? I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just I'm watching y'all. Shit, I'm learning. so so but Pooh had he out of everybody, Pooh would have the earliest influence on me because we lived together. We've been, like I said, from childhood. So he would have the biggest influence on me as far as, and not only that, I watched him and Bobcat really, you know, uh, grow from, like, we was kids and shit. We was just running around just doing all kind of crazy shit to watching them go out of town and come back and big chains. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I think I want to do this. This looks fun. So, he's one of my earliest influences.
Right. Can you pinpoint the first time you heard yourself on wax?
First time I heard myself on wax was when I signed the Street Knowledge, when I did uh, uh, um, um, Ice Cube, Colorblind. That was my introduction.
Okay. Did you also appear on Yo-Yo's debut album?
Yes, I also appeared on Yo-Yo's album as well. Uh, Hoes, we did Hoes together, and then I think I did another song on the album that I think I wrote, and I can't remember the name or recall at this moment, but yeah, I think we did like at least 2 or 3 songs together.
Okay. Did you ever frequent the?
That's my homegirl.
No
Oh,
doubt.
matter of fact, the name of the song is called "The Homegirl Don't Play That." Me and Cube actually wrote that. I think it was me, Cube, and Dale or somebody
Okay.
wrote that.
Okay. That was
Hot song, by the way, man. Hot song, man. Shouts out to my homegirl, Yo Yo.
So was that was before Colorblind, right?
Yeah, that was before Colorblind.
So was that your first appearance on wax?
Yeah, that was one of my first appearances as well. And I
Okay.
think they came like back to back. They wasn't like that far apart or nothing
Right.
like
Right.
that.
Right. Right. At any point, did you frequent the Good Life Cafe and Project Load?
Man, I went to Good Life and Project Blow. This was way back in the day. And I used to just kind of like just, I didn't frequent it often, but when I did, it was a lot of talent in there. A lot of talent. Like unbelievable. Like how people looking for people to sign, the ARs or whatever. They need to start frequenting these type of places because those type of places you're gonna find exactly what you're looking for. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
For those of us who wasn't able to witness such legendary acts, what was some of your best memories of going to a Good Life Cafe or a Project Load on any given night?
Well, you guaranteed to. It's just so many. That's the whole thing about the whole thing. It's just so plentiful to where everybody was dope. Like everybody was dope. Depending on what you're looking for, you're gonna find it because they're there. And I wish I could recall some of the names. This is just so unfortunate because I go through so many different names and people and MCs and DJs and like I said, I don't. I look at rap as a sport, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I don't know why people are afraid of me saying that, but I look at it as a sport. Of course, you can get paid. Sports players get paid, right? Okay, then. So let's not um, run away from it. It's a sport to me, and I think if we start looking at it more as a sport, we'll get back to the sport piece of the game. Not so much as the killing and the mayhem and all of the crafty stuff that come with it. They didn't even know how to promote my album because I was rapping like in an East Coast type of style, but I was using West Coast words. And so that was kind of hard for them to kind of like, you know, promote. They were like, we don't really know how to promote this thing like this. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is something new to us. And so So yeah, so it's you know, it's a sport. It's a sport. You know, like
So,
breakdance. It's a sport.
right.
They didn't want to implement it into the you know, the Olympics, but they're gonna have to because it's actually a sport.
Exactly. Uh,
Yeah.
were you around at any point for America's Most Wanted?
Yeah, I was doing other things during that time. And in fact, that's one of the records that kind of made me stop doing what I was doing and start kind of doing this. Like I really that was one of the main records that I said to myself, like, wow, this is this is a whole new level. Is this thing gonna keep growing like this? Because if so, I definitely want to be a part of it, just to even be here, just to witness it if necessary.
So, what were some of the details? You said you signed the Cube around '91 to Street Knowledge. What was the details to that deal, and was LA Zoo a part of that deal as well?
Well, LA Zoo was gonna basically probably end up coming in with me. You know, I wasn't gonna roll alone. I was gonna bring them with me regardless. Um, but uh, if not, I was going to end up signing them myself. So one of the two. You know, like I said, I was going off of the Cube model of it because I liked the way that he had modeled everything. And so I was going off of his model. So I would have been ended up signing them or something. You know, even if I would have had to get him half of what I had, I would have did it just because I knew they were worth it. You know, they were definitely a sight to see. So
Right. Death Certificate turns another anniversary this month. Can you take us back to that studio session of Colorblind with JD, Dub
Ooh,
C, King T, Cam, all those guys? Such a monumental posse track, one of my favorites of all time. What do you remember most about that session?
I believe we was at Paramount Studios, which is in Hollywood. And I can remember that day. I was watching Yo MTV Raps. Everybody was, you know, arriving still and in there writing and stuff. And I don't know if I was getting ready to write or I was already done, but I was watching Yo MTV Raps and Cube came out of the session. I think he was going to the bathroom or something. And so I forgot what song it was that was on your MTV Raps, but it wasn't too good. And so Cube stopped and he said, this I quote this. He said, Threat, I don't care when, I don't care how, but if I ever get that whack, you promise me you're gonna tell me. You promise, Threat. And so I thought he was kind of joking. I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. He said, no, promise me. I was like, oh shit, this is a real life. So I was like, okay. I was like, but it was funny to me because I was like, nigga, you too fucking dope to get whacking. So I don't see that no time in the future. I don't know why he was saying that, but he surely said that. And so he walked back in. And then I think after that I came in and he was like, all right, I did my verse. Uh Threat, you next. I said, well, shit, I'm done. But I said, well, shit, but what's name done too though? I said, Dub C, I think he's done with his. He said, Threat. He said, you go after me. I said, well, you know, Cam done. I think he done with his first. I was nervous. I wasn't ready. I wrote it, but I wasn't ready yet. He said, Threat, you go after me. And he said after he said it the third time, nothing else I could say. I was like, oh shit, it's my turn. Shit. So I went in there and you know, knocked it down. And that was it. But that type of pressure is in sports. That's in sports. And I just wasn't ready. But he made me ready. Yeah. He made me ready. And he made me go after him. I wanted to go last or something. I was, you know, let me catch up on the tail end, man. I don't mind. He was like, no, you go right after me. So when he put that pressure on me, you know, that kind of got me where I am today, actually. That pressure that he applied, that got kind of got me where I am today.
Very dope.